Hi, Pisces. Oh my God, what is she wearing? What? I'm like the Grinch, bro. I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit, okay? It's not my thing, all right? I'm a reindeer. What? I'm trying to get you out of the house and get you meeting people and celebrating and networking. I'm trying to get in the spirit for you. Okay? Even though you may not feel like it. Thus, it is Christmassy, but it is also a onesie. You can stay home and celebrate too, but you should go out. And you should meet people because, as you know, your star is on the rise. So what should you be doing? Mingling, networking, but I don't feel like it. I have too much other stuff going on. I have too much to create. I have too much alone stuff I need to do. I get that. You can do that all in a few months when it's your season, okay? Right now, it's still time to work. But I'm tired, I know. You can work from home if you want. But man, oh man, if you get out of the house, the people you will meet, the opportunities that will present themselves, come on. My Pisces friends are always the ones that need to take a nap. They're always like, sure, we can go, but can I take a nap first? I'm like, what are you, 5? Okay, fine, take a nap. Because you're going to be no good to me if you don't. No, you don't like any of this. You don't like hearing any of this. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Just relax. It's hectic though. Well, yeah, it's the holiday season. Of course it's hectic. And then all of a sudden it'll be our season. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know if I've gotten everything done, and that just makes me want to stay home and rest now. Okay, you can do that too, of course. But also, your destiny is calling you, Pisces. It's like a phone that won't stop ringing. It wants you out there. It needs to connect with you. But that Mars in your sign is just... you're drowning it. King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. There is the Earth sign again. But the King of Swords first. Interesting. Deals, opportunities, contracts. And the Knight of Pentacles remains the same. You're moving up in a way that you almost feel apologetic for. Like you're passing everyone around you behind. You feel weird about it. Like you don't even want the reading. Okay, got it. Because it's going to be more good stuff and you're already feeling like shy and uncomfortable about how well everything is going. And perhaps how weird you feel even though it's going well. This is like doubly weird. Because at least if things weren't going well, and then you'd have a reason to be unsure or shaky. But now things are going super well. Why are you... Now that's become a source of apprehension and anxiety. Especially if you're with someone who is just where they were. They're not doing anything wrong or they're not moving backwards. They're just not moving forward at the same speed. They're moving very slow and you are ramping up, especially again if you have air sign placements as well. There's something about that Pisces sun and then air sign placements that like really puts you over. It just jacks up your creativity. And creatives are really having a huge moment and will continue to. Content is king, right? So if you are a content creating Pisces, you're going to be doing really well. If you are not one, perhaps you should start. What else? If you have an air sign in your life, they're moving slower than you want them to. And they're being more stubborn, probably a little bit harsh as well. Mixed signals, looks like. So that's a pretty painful situation. Not something you want to talk about at all. Wow, very closed off this month. Listen, we're just going to keep shuffling the cards. It's no worries. It happens sometimes. I think it was one of last month's readings where like I was just shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. Oh, the Capricorn reading, yeah. And then everything fell out and it was like a whole story. The cards had just been waiting for the right sequence to come around. You know, same. Same. It's a lot of running back and forth for no reason right now. A lot of swimming in circles. A lot of wasting time or biding your time or trying not to get too far ahead of anyone else or downplaying yourself. I'm not really sure what you guys are up to, but you feel uncomfortable. Okay, you feel uncomfortable. 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and then the Judgment card. So about love then? Or so you feel uncomfortable, but you have this super strong love situation going on, right? And something needs to either be said or needs to happen. Just something big in that arena needs to just, you know, it's either like you're being proposed to or you're being like finally someone is coming to you and saying, this is how I feel about you. I've been waiting so long to say it. Or you finally work up the nerve to say to someone, okay, this is how I feel. We have to be together now. Overwhelming need to announce the romantic and you know, and be in that romance space. It's just, and there is like a sense of extreme privacy to it. It's very intimate. You don't want anyone to know this until you're ready to, you know. But it's like a pressure cooker. Something just finally gives. And you can say the thing or feel the feelings, or that person finally like just swoops in. Something is, now it's there. Really slow before, labored, unsure even, and then things start to, well, it's following along with the rest of your luck, which has been really, really good, right? So extending to love and, dare I say, true love. And of course, the 6 of Cups also about children. So love, marriage, kids, a new phase of life, a new world, a new voice to go with the new world. Okay, so if you're not in the marriage, kids, all that section, this may be someone you meet or someone you have met, someone that you are now remembering, an experience, a person, a relationship that gave you your voice, where you found a new voice, a new way to express yourself, a new way to be creative, a new way to speak. And it's so good. And it's related, and it's coming from the people you love. They are somehow responsible for this change within you. Or something that you love is responsible for this even more abundance now coming through you as this new way that you get to communicate. And then the 2 of Swords and the Hermit card. I told you, man, you got to get out. And I know you don't want to get out. And I know you don't want to be out there. And I know you really feel like just staying home and being away from everything. Like, I get it. But if you go out and stop being afraid of extreme success, you may run right into a huge opportunity, way bigger than you think, way bigger than I can even explain to you. Just fight the urge. You're already fighting it with this Two of Swords. You're already telling yourself, there's that instinctual part of Pisces that's going, come on, we really need to go. Or we really need to go see those people. Or we really need to go do that networking thing, even if we don't want to. Or we really need to just go outside right now and go to this place or go take a walk. Trust your instincts. They're telling you to leave because the universe is trying to connect you with something huge. And your fear of success here is manifesting as this Virgo card. Like, Virgos are afraid of success. They will subconsciously do things to sabotage themselves all the time, and not again, subconsciously not realize it, and then be really, really upset later when they realize what happened and what their part of it was. So not wanting to fall into their anxiety overthinking trap, which it will be possible for you to do because you have this need to contain right now because things are going so well that and even if they're not going well immediately, you can feel this wave coming, and there is this natural tendency to want to shield yourself from everything. But you cannot hold yourself back because someone is not quite meeting you where you are. You cannot apologize for someone even meeting you where you are and then you just take off an even higher direction. You cannot apologize for that. It's not your fault. You cannot apologize for this new voice that you will find, this new creative outlet, this new opportunity, this new way to make even more money. You can't apologize for that either because it's just kind of like dumb luck. It's coming to you. It's karmic. The Judgment card is about karma evening out and giving people what they deserve. And you guys are on the very positive end of that. So, of course, it would lead to this natural, anyone who has a gentle soul will always run the risk of falling into a quandary, right? Where their soul is gentle and it drifts and is inconsistent and they don't necessarily know exactly what they want. And so it's really easy for them to shift into a place where something is so certain, but they can shift in their head into a place of like, oh, I don't know if that's actually going to happen. No, you do know it's going to happen. You've known for a while, but it's like the knowing just makes you more afraid. And we've been dealing with this for a few months, but the difference now is the Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Judgment card. Like, that band of cards right there is telling you exactly what you need to know in terms of where this new abundance, continued good luck, what new face it's going to take and what it's trying to bring out of you. And what it's trying to bring out of you and what it's calling forth with this Judgment card is like that thing within you that goes deep. The Six of Cups, like to when you were a kid. That thing that hits you right in your center. Perhaps it's because you find that within yourself. You find it through your child. You find it through working with kids. But you have this moment where you finally connect in Sagittarius season with that part of you that just is intensely creative, creativity on tap, but there's something new about it because it's a part of you that you haven't been in contact with yet, and now you get to be, and it's like, whoa, there's this whole other way now that I can express myself. Everything looks different, everything feels different because I can interpret it differently now. That's huge. It's subtle, it's nuanced, but you're a Pisces, you get it. The natural tendency when something big like this happens is to fall into your mind and start to second guess everything. It will be there as a temptation. You can slip into it whenever you want and just waste your time worrying about why everything is going well or why you know everything is going to go well or convince yourself that things are not going to go well. The fact is that the Wheel of Fortune is still there, and even when it's upside down, it's a very positive card. It's just there to give you what you deserve. And a lot of times when we say get what you deserve, it's like seen, with this really pejorative connotation of like, oh, that means something bad's gonna happen. No, you're like just getting what you deserve, which is really good, nice stuff. Really good stuff. Continued abundance, continued blessings. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Scorpio card. So coming out of Scorpio season, feeling renewed, perhaps a bit deflated, just because Scorpio has a tendency to hold everyone under way too long. But moving into a financial space where you really will flourish. Now, the Six of Pentacles belying your stature being your status being raised. And there is a rebirth element with that new creativity that you find. When you tap into new parts of yourself, it is like being reborn. Because you have defined yourself by certain parameters, and now December comes in and shows you that you are limitless. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what your particular trigger will be, but you'll have a moment this month where you'll go, whoa. Like, my mind is expansive. Like, this is incredible. I could actually do this and this and this and like this. And I don't even know if you should be sharing it with anyone except like your journal or your creative process, because no one is really going to understand you guys this month. You have free reign over a very creative energy that we may not be able to understand from the outside. And the last thing you want to do is taint your very important, very original work right now by bouncing it off someone who's just not there. There's no judgment in that either. It's just, they're just not there. So, like I said, you have to see people where they are without diminishing yourself, without making yourself small, but just be realistic about where they are. So if if your life is going like this and someone's life is going like this, don't perhaps bounce new creative ideas off them and be like, hey, I figured out a way to make even more money or become even more successful. Probably not the best time, right? It's a lot about just yourself this month, about hitting that place within you, that new place. And of course, because you're Pisces, you're going to take that and you're going to make it creative. A lot of people will be hitting that space within them, but the way they interpret it is going to be completely different. For you guys, it's added abundance, added creativity, added insight into yourself, which equals added happiness. And just, there's, with the Judgment card, a feeling of safety, even though it's like so loud that the dead are being raised. Death card. There's safety in that we're all under the same sky being told the same thing. It's a blanket judgment, right? We're together in it. And I think that's important, because whatever voice that comes out of you now will be one that aids more in togetherness and in bringing people together. Yeah, you're really important right now. What you're doing and what you will do is really important. So, just have faith in yourself and don't share too much and don't care too much what people think. Just do you. We really need you to do you, without falling into the age-old trap of doing you, which is just, getting stuck. All right, let's look at these. I love you. Happy Christmas season. You're a reindeer. Hi, Pisces. So, as you can see, now that you have them in front of you, I understand now, the Hermit. I've just been thinking about it a little. It is across from you. You do have some of those qualities. You do tend to need to take that time. You may find that a lot of what people are saying that sounds like truth is actually not. It may send you into a bit of a quandary, gentle spirit and all. I get it, especially towards the end of the month, but it's the same soup in which your blessings lie. So We just don't want to get too internal. Now, in terms of work, there is always the possibility that the King of Swords here has to do with a legal issue. So if you have anything coming up where you have to sign stuff, just make sure that you get it done before the holiday rush. And also that you go over it quite carefully. Just for language, perhaps use this slow-moving energy to help you. And I want to be clear about this energy. It's very positive, and when it makes its leaps and bounds, it moves huge distances. It's just about the way it moves. It's very different from, the way a fish moves. So there is also progress indicated here. It's just a different speed, and I think a lot of what you're going through this month has to do with you being in your head. Just simply, you have a little time on your hands, and I think you're indulging in a little self-doubt. That's okay. That's also a very Virgo trait. And because there's so much tumult across from you, Virgo's going through it. I can understand you getting pulled into that. And for them, they have Mars now in their relationship house because it's with you, which can be really upsetting to the Virgo energy. It's just not something they're very comfortable with. The direct sort of instinctual, not thought through, definitely not risk analyzed Mars energy, and then to have it in their house of relationships, which is so ephemeral to begin with and now becomes even more unpredictable on top of that, they're really, really, really going through it. So, of course, it all works together. And if you are a Pisces that's with a Virgo, because I know we've talked about this a lot, I mean, the earth sign comes up in your readings again and again, you may find that, just to give you a little perspective, if they're really, really not being nice right now and just being too much, and it's because they're so much in their minds and just going through it to such a degree. But their fortunes will turn around, and your good fortunes will continue. Now, one thing about the good fortune, like I said, after a while, with the amount of BS that's been going on and will continue to go on, you won't be able to tell the real offers from the crap offers that are just a waste of time, but somewhere in there is that golden opportunity. So you kind of just got to sift through the gunk, Now, I know this is a part of the extended, and what we're going to do instead of going to the bottom of the deck is we're going to clarify some cards and then go from there. So what I'd like to clarify first of all is just the work related stuff with the King of Swords, details, legal stuff. These two, obviously, marriage indications are really strong. And, well, I was going to come over here to this, obviously the Virgo, but this Scorpio season may have made you feel like a kid again. And it may have been really unexpected. There is a gift of life given to you here. A new life, a second life. Very Scorpio in its themes, a rebirth. You're having that Phoenix energy as well. And it just looks so positive. All of it is so positive, and the only thing really that you can do is get in your own way by making, those are just the two fish, by making them swim in circles chasing each other's tail. Don't get caught in the circular motion. Don't get caught in what's said, but focus on what it means. Right? Not on what makes sense, but on what you need, what you feel. Oh, but I don't know if I can really trust my feelings. Yeah, I just don't go in for this like most of this regular kind of, I don't know, 2-bit kind of advice like that. I think you can trust your feelings, Pisces. I think if anything, Mars in your sign is going to make you a bit more proactive about some things, and I think you should be. And you have license to be. Say it. All the water signs actually have had that sentiment. I think this is the first card in the Scorpio reading. Say it. You know? Just say it. It needs to be said, and perhaps the water signs are the ones that need to be doing the talking right now. You know, because Mars is this really masculine energy and Pisces is this really feminine, receptive energy. And to have Mars visiting you in your, you know, soft, like Atlantean, gorgeous, like rose-colored glass palace, he's a knockabout kind of guy, you know, boots and armor and heavy and sharp and angry and bloody and dirty and talks too fast and moves too fast and likes to kill things and likes to eat things and, you know, likes to sleep with people. And it's just not your vibe in the same way, but it comes in and it gives you a little and it takes a little, and perhaps you start feeling like a shark, and perhaps Aries takes its, perhaps that Aries energy, that Mars energy takes its armor off and slips into some silk pajamas and stays a while and chills out. It'll be good for everybody, if you ask me. We'll look at the rest of it in the extended. I love you guys. I'll see you in the extended. I'll see you in... Wow, Capricorn season already. Damn. There's a little card info thing over here where you can get merchandise that has the new logo on it. Super cool. I'll be wearing those sweatshirts and t-shirts next month. And the website has been totally like redesigned in that navigation is really easy. You can get to the gift shop, the extended readings, the podcast, the limited edition stuff. You can book a reading there every Friday through Chatelize, which is awesome. It's a third-party platform, so you pay and schedule with them, which is really cool and makes it really easy. So I'm psyched about that. You can find the podcast on Spotify, on Anchor, on iTunes, everywhere, but you can just go to ambercon.com and follow the link. And if I said all this already, I'm sorry. I love you guys. I'll see you in a month.